I don't care what you say. Giraffes will not climb lat. Hey, everybody, welcome back. This is Smuggler's Blues. We are back this evening. You have joined us on a very odd night. Our pilot and good friend Michael has been attacked by real life and cannot make it tonight, so it is just the three of us, which is not a song that I really want to sing right now. So I'd like to introduce my castmates. Chris, who are you and what are you doing here?
Uh, I get to be the GM and play the characters. A1 and D4 are lovely droids that never cause drama or get us in trouble. They are the most, well, one of them is actually probably the most logical of the crew. The other one, not so much. But yeah,
Yeah, A1 does all right.
I don't
And
remember the
hope
song The Three of Us. I remember the song The
it's
Two of Us.
it's just the two. Yeah, right. Never mind. Chris, just
Oh,
go
all
away.
right.
Over here, over here on my screen anyway, is the latest member of our crew. Please
Hi.
talk about
I
yourself and what you bring to the table,
I
other
don't
than
like
dice.
talking about myself, but hi, I'm Emma. It's nice to see everybody. I play Belby, Mavrath. Maybe we'll learn more about her tonight. Maybe not. I don't know. You'll have to wait and see. But I am happy to be here, and yeah, back to you, Kaylee.
Thank you. And as has been mentioned, I am the aforementioned Kaylee. I'm playing Karel, a Jedi Knight on the run. I would like to point out that those of us here live tonight in chat, keep an eye out. There will be a Discord or a discount, not a Discord, a discount code for a Catacon coming up in November. And for those of you listening on stream, well, you're just gonna have to listen to, or listening on the podcast whenever I get around to updating it. You're just gonna have to listen for when we sprinkle it in here and there. So yeah,
It's the 13th one. Everybody should go.
a Catacon the 13th
It's gonna be
to
great.
die for.
I will be
Exactly.
there.
Uh,
I purchased my VIP badge, and I'm very excited.
I also will be there.
It's gonna be
I will
great.
be there too.
Yeah.
And since it is the 13th, we are doing kind of a, I don't say a spooky theme, but more of a Halloween. I guess it is a spooky theme. I'm
It's
running
a
a version of Dread that I've skinned in Star Wars. I ran
Ooh.
a version of it last year, and I'm gonna do a different story this year, but that'll be fun. I'm also probably gonna run some Shadow of the Demon Lord and probably some more Star Wars while we're there. I've got
Excellent.
some ideas for some things, so
I'll probably
it'll be
be
fun
running
as
I'll
always.
probably be running cozy TTRPGs again. Which ones? I don't know. I have to figure that out. But that's probably where I will be.
I am hoping to actually play this time since I won't be vending,
Yay!
and maybe actually running a game or two of Daggerheart because that's my current
Yeah.
obsession, and I have nobody to play with. So I guess I got to just invent people or bring them to Catacon. But this is all great stuff for the end of the episode, so we've gotten that out of the way. Chris, why
That's
don't we
true.
start the game by rolling the Destiny pool?
Destiny Pool. Yep. Go ahead and roll it.
Oh crap, I forgot my
One light
dice.
side.
Hold on, I forgot.
Oh, well, it wouldn't. It honestly would not be a Redemption podcast production if one of us didn't forget the dice.
Or
I
forget
have
something
them.
important.
I
I got
just
it right.
forgot.
So far, we're at 1-1. So,
Which
um,
ones am I rolling again?
The white D12,
White D12.
yep,
Just one or two?
just one.
just
Just
one.
one. One dark point.
Ooh,
That's not good.
2-1.
well, that makes sense.
So when we last left off, the crew had come home back on Teth and had gotten to what we like to call the castle. And before they even got into the castle, they were attacked by several IG assassin droids. It was a pretty lengthy fight, and there was a couple big hits, and you guys did some really big hits, and then you defeated them. And at the end, you guys got a a message from a blue skinned Twi'lek who had just simply said, "You've passed your first test. Your new friend will be impressed." And then cut the message off and left you guys kind of staring at each other, trying to figure out what that means. Uh, with that, we pick up right here. I believe you guys were all heading into the castle. As you guys go to head in, Uh, you guys see Tazi turn around and head back onto the ship, mumbling something about needing to make sure that the ship's okay because in all the fire, he's nervous that stray shots may have damaged some stuff on the ship.
I really
A1
don't know
quickly.
why I don't know why he's going there. There's no way stray shots could ricochet down the corridor, take a hard right turn, go into the galley, and hit his booze supply. I don't think that's likely, but you know what? If it keeps him happy, it keeps him happy.
I've seen weirder things happen, so better
Oh,
safe than sorry.
yeah, but the odds of that are pretty astronomical. A1, do you want to calculate those, or would it be easier just to do a couple hyperdrive
Nope.
jumps? Okay, yeah, me neither.
Nope. I want
Uh,
to hear about the strange things that Belby just talked about. Like, what's stranger than that?
I mean, it's let's just say I have seen pieces of a droid end up in another room when I didn't touch them and the droid didn't explode. It just showed up there. It was wild. It was like a jump through a portal. I don't know if it was real or if I was imagining things, but that's pretty weird and really unlikely to happen.
hmm,
All right. Well, let's gather up these droids, what's left of them, see if we can find anything useful off them, and then we should go inside. You haven't seen the castle yet, have you?
I I, I see it there and I point to just the outside. Uh
A-
it looks nice.
A1, what's
it's
the
a bit of a fixer upper. And Corell kind of like goes over and rummages in like a little shed and pulls out the Star Wars equivalent of a snow shovel and starts scooping droid parts and like pushing them towards the door. This is going to take a little while. Um, do you want to give her a quick walk around and I'll catch up in a couple minutes?
yeah? And A1 rolls over, pops out one of his little uh, hands and grabs Belby's hand and turns you around. And I mean, you see what they keep referring to as the castle. It's not like a medieval style castle. It's more of very cylinder shaped, large, almost like a silo. It's kind of squished down. Think kind of what Jabba the Hutt's palace looks
Okay.
like with the different little silos attached to it. Uh, not in the best shape. It's pretty close to about as in good a shape as the ship is. So
Okay.
there's some spots on
That's
the wall that
cool.
you go,
I'm sensing a
no.
theme.
Mhm. Yeah. The doors are, old and beat up. There's some metal doors, that double doors that you open up. I believe
There
the
are a lot
outside of
of
it was,
there's a lot of carbon scoring and explosion like blast marks on them, and a lot
Got
of
it.
them are relatively fresh.
Cool.
and some are a few months old because as you look around, you can tell this is not the first time that this cruise had
Mm,
visitors here. But as you go through the double doors, it opens up into a little uh, foyer. Looks like at one point maybe it had nice, smooth, polished marble floors, but they're a little rough now. They could use a little TLC or a really good grinder. And then it opens up into it. You can see a hallway that opens up into other rooms and branches off to the side. A1 grabs your, holding onto your hand and rolls you straight back. Well, first, I know how you guys need to eat, so we have a kitchen. Are you hungry?
I
I
I
can I can cook for you.
I think I'll wait because I think if Carell wants to eat, we should cook when everybody is hungry.
Okay, all right, we can do that.
I appreciate the
And
offer though. It's very sweet of you.
yeah, he rolls you past a large dining room that has a very long table. Looks like it probably holds 15, 16 people at it. Chairs are, the few that are left aren't in the best shape. Table looks like it could use a good uh,
Grinding.
Yeah, well,
Cleaning.
obviously resurfacing and refinished.
There might be a
Looks like
theme here.
uh, and once he rolls you into the kitchen, it looks like at one point it was a fairly nice kitchen. You have a big stove. It doesn't look like it was really fancy though. This was used as you could get through. You can kind of tell all the stuff it was in good shape at one time, but it was more utilitarian versus fancy.
It is clean,
Yeah,
however. It is
yeah.
very clean in here, in this room. Just
It,
saying.
it definitely, the kitchen and the dining room have been cleaned. They're just old and faded. They could use some refinishing and touching up. A1 rolls you to the back area. He's like, I'm trying to take this area and make it into a workshop. And you can see that he's got a rough table set up and he's got a few tools in there, but most of his tools are on the ship. Mostly because every now and then you see a few rats and
Mhm.
rodents kind of skittering around
Mhm.
the castle. And he's a little nervous that they might start running off with stuff.
Mm.
I mean, they're not giant rats yet, but you
They're
never
big
know.
enough.
Rodents of unusual size. I don't think they exist.
Yeah. I don't think you guys have
RUSs.
run into those in here yet. I forget what was in the basement.
Oh, yes, we
Anyway,
did. They were in the basement.
Oh,
that's right. There were
exciting.
some big ones down there. But he then, A1 rolls around and shows you some of the rooms. And the rooms are very sparse. It looked like at one point they just had a couple like twin size beds in them. Some only had one. They had, basic desks. This at one point, as you're going around, you could tell this was used by some sort of probably like a religious or a very peaceful group of people that lived a very
Okay.
simple life. Even though everything, it's a very big round building, it was very, it was an old monastery, is what it was. I don't want to use the word religion because I don't know if they were religious or not. I'd have to look that up again. I don't have it in front of me. Doesn't matter. A1 rolls around and shows you, says, yeah, yeah. Which room do you want?
Uh, is there? I don't want to take like Tazi or Corel's space. So like just anywhere that is out of the way and not gonna bother anybody.
Right. Well, Tazi usually sleeps on the ship. Sometimes here. Sometimes on the kitchen table. One time on the floor. He kind of just sleeps wherever he wants.
Okay. Is there a room with a window?
Yeah. And he rolls you to a room that has a window. He finds the room that has the best view and is
Okay.
in the best shape.
Okay.
Uh, this one, you
I
can see a good view of the opening that leads out to the woods. It's the quietest,
mm,
and there's
I
not any holes in the wall.
yeah, this'll be just fine. Thank you. And you kind of
Right.
see her. I know he's like she probably let goes of his hand and goes to the window, and I don't know if A1 would be able to tell this cuz he's a droid, but it seems like because she can see out, she seems much more relaxed in a way. Like seeing the outside is important to her. Um
Mhm.
but she just kind of stands and stares out the window and doesn't say anything, but is like hands clasped behind her back, just kind of taking it all in.
Below, you can see very large pile of droid parts being loaded onto a hover sled that Carell has gotten out of the ship. And as you kind of watch, she just pushes it over to the ship, and a minute later comes back out, closes the ramp. You hear like kind of a grinding noise, and then a bang. She turns her head and looks back, shrugs, and then heads inside.
Where's Carol going when she goes inside?
Um, once she gets inside and doesn't see anybody, she's gonna go make some food. Because this was, I mean, it's been a while since we picked up Belby, and there was a big fight, and fighting makes her hungry. So yeah, probably gonna go make some food in the kitchen.
Okay. So Krell, you're making food. I think about as you start banging pots and pans around. Um, well, making noise that people make when they cook, which I don't do a ton of. So we'll say pots and pans are banging around.
It can
Um,
get loud.
I guess yes, I would say that the smell of something delicious permeates the castle more than a banging of things, because you don't treat your utensils that way. I sound like a huge cooking nerd, so never mind.
It's okay. You could be using a cleaver on a giant piece of meat, and that's pretty loud.
Fair.
I don't know if Corel eats meat or not, but that was just
I believe Twi'leks are obligate carnivores, so
so yeah. Okay, so they do.
I think so. So we go back over to Belby and A1, and as Belby's staring out the window, A1's just rolls up next to her and slowly, using his little rockets, slowly raises himself up so he can see out the window next to her. And he's scanning, trying to figure out what Belby's looking at.
Mhm.
And every now and then his dome turns and looks at Belby, and then he turns back. Then he turns and looks at Belby, and then just keeps turning back. He's just trying to figure out what's fascinating Belby. He can't.
Mhm.
It's the woods to him. It's just trees and green stuff.
Mhm.
And after a couple minutes of that, he looks over. I think Corell's back. I don't know what she's doing, but I hear some noise in the other room.
As A1 speaks, Belby kind of shocks out, like she's in kind of like a trance, just staring out into the openness of Teth space, and like looking at the sky and see like all these things. And she's like, oh, okay, yeah, that's do I? And she'll sniff the air and be like, I think she's making food. We should probably go see if she needs help.
Yeah, let's go. And he pops down and starts rolling towards the kitchen. Yeah,
Belby will take a moment again just to look outside, and then she takes a deep breath and then exhales, and then turns and follows A1 down the hall to the kitchen.
everyone rolls in and sees Corell. Do you need any help?
No, I've almost got these done. Do you want to? We don't have any protein in the cooler, so it's just going to be peppers and onions, noodles and noodles. I guess it's just new. We only have 2 sets of noodles, so it's noodles recipe.
Everyone just turns and looks at Belby. Does that sound good?
Belby, because it's like, sounds great.
Everyone grabs some dishes and sets the table and
Has he ever
dusts
set the
off a
table
couple of chairs.
before? Like, is this a new action for A1?
Yes.
Yeah,
And he
Carell's
has cooked
like
once and was told not to do it again.
Gotcha. Okay.
he has no sense of flavor.
He is a droid. Like
That
he
is
doesn't have
absolutely true.
taste buds
Or a nose. You
or
are
a nose.
correct. we discovered that, I believe, in season 1
Mm.
of the
A while
podcast.
ago.
Yes. Yeah, it's been a while. So yeah, Carell will bring it. It's basically a spacewalk full of like udon noodles, peppers, right? Onions, that kind of thing. So she's like dishes it out. It's like, uh, A1, where's Tazi's plate?
Yeah. On the ship.
Where
Uh,
is he, by the way?
he's Remember, he thought that a mystery blaster bolt decided to possibly ricochet
Oh,
5 times and
yeah,
hurt
you're right.
his alcohol. So he's probably got to taste test all of it.
Okay.
Um,
So maybe we save him some?
yeah, I think that's a good idea. Anyone grab that bowl that doesn't have the crack in it, the one with the lid, and we'll put the leftovers in there for him.
Okay. He brings it over.
And Carl puts like you know, a a decent portion in there.
So how was the droid cleanup?
Oh, I put them into a crate we have on the ship. It's fine. We'll have to go through and inventory the parts later. I mean, they're pretty beat up, so
I'm sure I can salvage useful parts from them.
yeah. Oh, I'm sure we would. But I mean, you're our guest. You don't have to work here. It's just
I
it's
like
fine.
working, and I'm kind of stuck here until you all decide to leave, so why don't I just help out?
I mean, if you want to, you're absolutely not stuck here. There is a minor spaceport here if you want to leave earlier. We're not kidnappers or anything like that. So
Oh no,
just
I don't
making
feel
absolute
kidnapped.
okay, okay. Look. I don't know you, so I'm just kind of clearing the air a little bit. Because also you've kind of seen things that probably may have been unusual.
You mean the fact that you can use the force and have lightsaber?
Pretty much, yeah. That you
Yeah,
kind of have picked up what I'm putting down.
yeah. I
If you have questions, this is your time to answer them
I mean,
or get them
I
answered. I'm
I'm
answering them.
just
You're asking them.
you seem, and I'm not going to ask this to be rude. You seem a little apprehensive about this part of you that's pretty cool. Like, I don't know, like I don't know a lot of things. I'll just be honest. I know droids really well. And my knowledge of droids makes me cool and makes me special. So I guess I don't really understand why you're hiding that part of you.
Carell has been blinking in confusion for the past 10 seconds of the conversation, and you can see her like the tips of her leku are like kind of curled up at the end. How long has it been since you've been on the holonet?
Oh, I've never been on the holonet.
Okay.
At least not extensively. I like have a PO box, I think. I think that's what it's called. To like get jobs and stuff, but that's it.
Okay. So, are you familiar with the term galactic empire?
Well, yeah.
Okay. And you're familiar with the Jedi Order?
I mean, I know a little bit, like that the Jedi just kind of disappeared out of nowhere, but that I
Eh,
don't know why.
The correct term is actually all but exterminated.
Oh, oh,
Yeah, the
oh,
Galactic Empire is kind of hunting Force users, especially the Jedi, because they're under the impression that the Jedi are extinct at this point.
oh. So you're hiding on purpose because you have to survive that way.
Yes, it's been a very busy 2 years, um, and we've
I'm
collected a lot of loth cats.
yeah,
Hello. She
I
reaches down and pets a chubby orange loth cat.
I um I'm sorry that happened.
Me too. And we were there at the fall, so yeah.
Are you okay?
Oh yeah, I wasn't hurt. Well, I mean a little bit, but
I didn't
D4 is
mean
an excellent medic.
I don't mean physically. Like that's got to be hard to have your whole I guess, identity taken from you without permission.
Um, it is. I mean, I probably had it a little easier than anybody else who might have escaped. I know of one or two, but I don't really know of many. We are all but extinct, and there's bounties on everybody who's a Jedi or a Force user.
Well, I'm not interested in the bounty, so I won't tell anyone.
Well,
So,
I do appreciate that. Um,
and you don't have to
it's
hide your force powers and stuff around me. Like
what
if you want to
the the thing is, you never know who might be looking or listening.
right,
So
but
to the galaxy, I'm just a mechanic.
okay. Well, to me, you're Corel, and you are a Jedi, I think, is what you just told me.
Yeah, but you gotta keep that on the
Well,
DL.
I'm sorry. But
I mean, like
just
Tazi and A1 and D4 know,
yeah.
and
Well, and
KO
now I
knows.
know.
But I mean,
And
there's a
and
few people who know.
right. And I am we don't know each other. We've said this. So I am honored that I know. And like I said, that makes you special. Fixing droids makes me special, and it's taken me a while to accept that that is what's special about me because I she pauses for a moment and she kind of looks up at the ceiling of the room
Corell,
and
after about 10 seconds, looks up too.
just she's lost in thought for a moment. And you Corel, you can tell that she's just deep in thought. Like
Mm.
she probably wants to say something but isn't sure how to say it because she's never had somebody other than droids want to talk to her. Normally the people send a message, "Hey, come fix my droid. Here's the money. Fix the droid and then leave." There's never been any "So, how's life?" And this is, I think, in her life the first time she's ever felt okay, maybe I can talk about things that aren't droids, but I don't know how to do this, so I'm just gonna take a minute to think about it. So she's just standing there looking at the ceiling. She's kind of got her arms crossed. She's kind of tapping her elbows, self-soothing almost. And then she takes another deep breath and exhales and then looks at Corel. It's my when I started fixing droids, it was because my parents, um, well, I don't really consider them parents, really. They, gave birth to me and gave me a roof over my head, but they were so, you know, busy with they used drugs a lot. And when their friends would come over, they would put me in um a closet that just had broken parts in it. And to pass the time, I just started tinkering with them and figured out that I can actually put things back together. And so when I got old enough, I just started fixing things. I'd leave the house and ask people if they needed things to be fixed because I didn't want to be at home or in a closet with no window. Um, so I get it, having to hide for a reason you can't really control. Um, so yeah, I get it. But I know that I would not be here if it weren't for my being put in that situation in the first place. So I know if I am staring off into space or just not all here, it's because I just I get overwhelmed easily when things get intense and I can act in the moment, but as soon as it ends, it's holy crap, what just happened? Um,
You need a moment to process.
yeah. and droids get that, and my experience with humanoids, it's not always the case. So um yeah, they either think I'm weird because I'm just staring, or accuse me of not being able to hear them, and they just tell me to fix whatever I'm fixing, and then they send me away.
So, pardon me if this is insensitive, but your process of dealing with whatever had just happened, is the staring off into space part of it, or is it just is it more mental? Like, do you literally have to be looking at something?
I think I have to be looking at something that's not moving. So, like when I when I was shown my room, I asked for a window. I just stared out at the sky because I think there's beauty everywhere you look. And even up there, she points at the ceiling. There's a little filigree that you can barely see anymore. And I can tell that who was here before really
Huh,
put time into it.
I thought that was mold. Huh.
No, you can see, look, there's swirls, and
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
deliberate. It goes all over the.
I didn't catch that. It's kind of the curly cute. Yeah, okay. I see what you mean. I was just wondering because it sounds very much one of the things that you are taught as a force user is to affirm your connection with the force is meditation,
Hmm,
where you basically are just trying to put everything in perspective. You reach out with your emotions and senses to try and make sense of what has happened and what is around you. It
hmm,
sounds very much like what you do, but slightly different manner.
maybe. I mean, I've never called it anything but my just thinking, I guess. Like I've never had a term for it, and no one's ever like told me that something like that exists. Like I've been alone most of my life, so I don't really have friends. My friends are droids and they're great, but it's not this conversation with you. While it feels really heavy right now, I know I will remember probably forever because you are actually making eye contact with me and wanting to like talk to.
Well, if that makes you, again, if it makes you uncomfortable, however, you just let us know.
Oh
That
no,
is
I'm not
not the goal.
uncomfortable. I have trouble expressing emotions is hard for me just in general. Um, because of being alone, you can't have emotions really because you're the only one you can rely on. So, yeah.
I guess I never thought of it that way. It's always been kind of the opposite for me is you tend to be alone with your emotions because there's no one to share them with. There's no one to help you understand them.
I haven't I guess I don't know how to feel things like emotionally. I know how to feel pain if I prick my finger from like fixing something, but I don't think I've ever really like cried or broken something in anger or anything like that. Like I know I have emotions cuz I can like identify when I feel happy or sad or whatever, but I don't ever it's very internal, if that makes sense. Like expressing things externally is difficult.
Well, it sounds like
And
you didn't have a safe space to do so, so you're probably withdrawing and you keep that bottled up.
yeah, you're probably right. So, sorry if I have emotional outbursts randomly.
Oh, trust me,
You know.
I they're used to it.
Yeah.
It's been a while, but oh yeah, when I first joined up with the crew, it was like that a lot. I spent a
Yeah,
lot of time on my own, and I was not good at emotional control.
yeah. I when I did have it as a kid, I was just told that life is that way, and if I'm upset, I just need to buck up and move on because life's too short. And I turned 16 and left home and never looked back. So I don't even know like if my parents are alive. I don't know if they're dead. I don't really care because they didn't do anything for me other than lock me in a closet and shut me away. I guess they were keeping me safe in that way, but
Mm,
it
I
was so dark.
There's a difference between being a parent and being a genetic donor, if that makes sense. There's a difference between somebody who brought you into the world and family.
Yeah. It's like,
I barely knew my mother before I left for the go to the Jedi Temple. So I grew up with hundreds of brothers and sisters. That was my family. Now I'm down to this one and that one, and she points over like A1 and over towards the ship and D4. But
glad you have a space that you feel safe.
I guess I'm just saying is family's going to be where you make it, and they're going to be the people that understand you.
I'm still trying to figure out how to understand me. So,
It takes a while.
yeah.
My old master used to say that self-understanding is not a goal, but it is your life's journey.
I guess my journey's been lots of just surviving.
Well, unfortunately, if you are going to hang out with us, that might not change too much.
I think I feel comfortable in the surviving part.
Well,
I'm
then,
uncomfortable in the I'm feeling things that I have never felt before, and I don't really want to know what comes out.
I mean, you might want to talk with D4 about that and try doing it in like small, controlled environments. Because when you were looking up at the filigree, looked fascinated by it, and you
Yeah.
were obviously feeling something in that moment. Curiosity, wonder, perhaps.
Yeah. I think I just haven't I've been a lot of places and my attention's on droids most of the time, and I always try to find a spot where I can just look at the sky because I think I take it for granted sometimes, and I don't know when my life's gonna end, so I want to take in as much as I can where I am.
That makes sense.
So anyway, I thank you for feed eat making food. She kind of grabs her bowl and then starts to eat because she's like, well, now I don't know what to do. I'm feeling awkward now.
Chris, you were trying to say something?
Oh, as Belby starts eating, A1 just goes, so if you want to know how to have outbursts and break things, Corell's your expert on that. If you want to know how to cry, I guess Tazi would be your expert on that with this group. And then if you want to explore your emotions, D4 loves to try to help people explore their emotions.
Corell reaches over and
Well-
scoops the last bit of the noodles out of the wok and then turns it upside down over A1's dome.
What was that for?
Oh, I'm sorry. Was it an emotional outburst or something broken that you wanted?
I mean, I guess a little column A and a little column B.
Corell picks up what was going to be Tazi's like eating utensil on her own starts like drumming on the walk.
A1 just slowly rolls away and goes over to the kitchen and starts cleaning up. Everyone on his dome looks over at Corell and then just goes back to keeping cleaning up.
And Krell, if you look at Belby, you'll see just the slightest smirk on her face. She's trying not to like giggle because she doesn't want to embarrass A1 because she can read the room when it comes to that droid and her.
Sure.
um, but she kind of looks at you and gives it's a with her features, it's hard to tell, but you can tell she's like giving you a look that's just like, "Hey, thanks."
So, once you're done, I can show you. Did he give you like the grand tour? Like,
I got the ground floor and the rooms, and then we smelled food. So
okay. I mean, a lot of this place is in disrepair. We've only been here about 4 months, I think, at this point. And most of that spent off world trying to make money to fix up the place and repair the ship and repair us and get food, which we're kind of low on again. It's been a day. We're surviving. But yeah, we were trading some work for rent for a while too. So who knows when the the landlords will show up and require another job.
Mm.
So it's been entertaining.
Well.
Um, the one thing I would caution you against is the basement is fine, but if you find any like open hatches in the basement, don't go down there. Just close it and then let us know.
I mean, I'm in no interest to go into deep dark places with the
Yeah,
closed door.
the reactor's down there, and we do have people that occasionally come and do maintenance on it. But there was also an infestation of rodents, and we definitely leave that closed on purpose.
Yeah, rodents can be nasty when they're fully grown.
And mutated, yes, very
Hmm.
much so.
I am glad that you guys have a home base, at least.
I mean, the ship is really our home base, but I mean, we're trying to find a way to settle down a little bit.
Mm.
Oh, hey, there's D4. D4,
Yes,
um, is your arm doing okay?
it is working better than it did before.
Okay. Um, I just wanted to check because I haven't heard much from you, and well, that either means you're sneaking around somewhere or something's wrong. Just
When you say that, you look over. D4 has a data pad in his hand. He's been taking notes, sitting in the corner.
He
so
was listening.
Corel turns back to Belby. That's something he does.
Oh.
He is incredibly good at being unnoticed. So much so that for about 2 months, we made him announce when he enters a room.
Understood.
Because he was scaring the living cark out of Tazi on a regular basis. So as you can tell, I didn't even see him there. D4, do you have any questions?
Several, but I think it would be best if we take some time to rest and relax. It has been a very traumatic day.
Do you have any suggestions?
Perhaps we could do something lighthearted and fun. Belby, what are some of the things you like to do besides working on droids? What kind of
Uh,
music do you like?
you know, I don't know. That's pretty depressing, isn't it? That I don't know.
when you say that,
I
there's a
go ahead.
I'll say as you say that, there's you hear the pan A1 is cleaning kind of falls into the sink, and he rolls over real quick. Have you ever played dress up? We have a whole bunch of outfits we have for when we go on missions.
I mean, I've used disguises before, but never just for fun.
We one time we had to wear them, and like we came out and showed what we made, and there was music and like a little curtain, and I think it was fun. Krill, you had fun, right?
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, there was a little fashion show we did a long time ago with the crew coming out in different.
I don't think I was there, A1. Chris, that
Hmm,
was
well,
that was Bree.
oh, you're
Yeah.
right. That's right. Hey, at least I remembered we
You
did
do
one.
remember
Yeah.
that, yeah.
All the fashion show stuff was with Bree.
That's right. So let me then I would rephrase
No,
that. A1 would
no,
turn around and look
absolutely.
A1 would turn and look at Crown and go, you should try it. I think you would have fun.
Why? I mean, dressing up is fun.
You get fancy outfits on, and you like do different things with your like coup, and you wear like the headdresses, and you don't dress in overalls. You look what people would call pretty, and you can put the paint on your face that I've seen you do that before.
Pearl has pulled out a small vibro knife and is cleaning her nails. It's not powered on, obviously. Are you forgetting like the funeral we've been to? Some of the more high stakes places where we've had to like dress formally. I've done that. I'm familiar with it, but I have no desire to dress up like a Nabooian piece of Nabooian royalty. If you guys want to do that, I'll be happy to be a judge. But that's not really.
I remember when I was a kid, one time, we like made dirt castles so we could go, I don't know, play in the dirt outside, maybe.
Seems a little unsanitary, but I mean,
Well, that's what, bathing's for.
I do like a good bath.
So why don't we make that bath more exciting by playing in the dirt?
Well, we only have one bathtub.
That's fine. We don't have to bathe at the same time. We can take
Oh,
turns.
oh, okay. I mean, if that's fine. Okay, whatever.
Sorry, Chris's snort caught me.
I was waiting to see if it was going to be this awkward moment where you both went into the tub at the same time and then stared at each other and be like, "Is
Wait,
it my
how's
turn?
this?
Yeah,
Your
but
turn?"
Carell is 100% not body shy though, so
Right.
she grew up with hundreds of other kids and adults, and yeah, there's. I'm pretty sure if the Jedi didn't have a thing, you know what? I'm not going to go into that right now.
Let's not go down that route. Not that rabbit hole today.
The Jedi Order is just a big polycule,
Well, no shit. Of course they are.
but everybody says they were ace, so an arrow. But
Yeah, sure.
anyway, sure. Oh, absolutely. I've seen
Sure.
this play. Yeah. Never mind that Carell at one point or another. It's like, oh, I should do this in character. Well, I mean, you know what? Sure, why not? I mean, I will just state for the record, I don't have a problem with sharing a bath. I mean, Cinda and I shared a bath all the time, even before we got married.
You're married?
I still am a little unclear on that one, honestly.
Huh.
It's
What's
more
that
like a.
like?
It's more like a. It was more like a common law type thing.
But what was that like to have a person you could count on all the time?
Well, for a while it was wonderful. Until then, I couldn't.
I'm
I mean,
sorry.
I guess it's fair. The first time I left, and the second time she left. So maybe it's just a weird way of getting a long-term revenge. I don't know.
Mm.
I try not to think about it.
Sorry, I
Corell
asked.
looks over at D4 to see how much of that he's writing down.
All of
Uh,
it.
He's still taking notes. Yeah, he's taking notes for sure on
All of it.
everything that's going on. I think A1 looks at Krill. She left because she had to, not because she wanted to. It wasn't revenge. She had to protect the item. I mean,
There are a lot of choices we make in life, A1, that was not one she needed to make alone.
but she didn't. She didn't go alone, remember?
She who shall not be named doesn't count in this instance.
Okay.
Sorry, puppy, I got distracted.
Sorry. I don't know what he
Oh.
wants, but
I thought you were pointing at me and saying something that I didn't catch. I was like,
No,
what?
I pointed one puppy.
yeah, it's OB.
My cat
this-
decided to lay down over there, so
When that conversation's happening, Belby has pulled some metal something out of her pocket and just starts messing with it. Like she's taking it apart to put it back together. She's like, I'm not listening. I'm gonna just play with this thing.
At that point, A1 looks over and says, so we going outside to play?
mean-
you know what? I've heard that we could try that thing we tried on that beach planet the one time. Remember when we buried Tazi when he was asleep on the beach?
Yeah, he didn't find it funny.
I know, but I found it incredibly hilarious. Belby, I think you would find it very hilarious too.
Who are we burying?
Corell looks at A1.
I don't think that I'm just
Looks at D4. Then
Belby's
turns and
Belby's gonna raise her hand and be like, "That's dirt is bad for droid joints. Sorry."
He
She
could get
just
a bath
Yeah.
afterwards.
Where?
Do-
We don't have an oil bath.
I was gonna say,
have
do you
an
have
oil
oil-
There's an oil bath in the lab in your workshop on the ship. Remember, we spent a lot of money on that oil bath.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's true.
but when was the last time you turned it on and cleaned it?
Yeah, about that.
So we're not going to use the oil bath because that'll just destroy things inside you, and I don't want to deal with that.
Got it. No destroying things inside of me.
Because I don't like. Do you know what happens when you get in a corroded oil bath?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've never done it, but I can imagine that everything just gets more corroded and
But have you seen what happens when you do that?
no, I usually clean it.
Is this a learning opportunity? I mean, should we show him?
Let's just say A1, D4, you like to be able to move your joints smoothly, correct?
Yes.
When you get in a corroded oil bath, you move very disjointedly, almost like, aliens get old and they get like arthritis and stuff. and they can't do things as well. That's what happens to droids when you get in a corroded oil bath. And fixing that is very difficult and takes a very long time. And what Carell said earlier about the fact that we might have to pick up and leave at any moment, we don't have time to deal with that issue.
I understand. We won't get in one.
I worked a job for like 2 months with a family whose kids put their R2 unit in a corroded oil bath as a joke. Um, they had to pay me a lot of money to fix their R2 unit, and that R2 unit was very unhappy and very much uncomfortable, and I don't want that to happen to either of you.
We won't do that. Especially since we don't have the money to pay you to fix me.
Oh, you got
Oh.
me to a new place. You don't owe me anything.
I guess technically we shouldn't take you to Tatooine then.
Yeah, no, I don't like tattoo. I've been there once and it's just too much sand.
I don't like the sand, but I really like the temperature.
So are we going outside or are we gonna stay in here?
Yeah, sure. We can go outside just for a little bit because I think the sun moons are setting and it'll be dark soon.
I think there's a montage of the four of the crew that's here going outside, and there's awkward games that they try to play in the sand and climbing trees and maybe even trying to kick a can down the road, so to
Yeah.
speak. And we took a
I
couple
kind of
balls.
picture that like Belby is really awkward at it, if I'm
Yes.
reading it correctly.
100%.
Carell is super awkward at it because fun's just not her jam
Well,
in this
and I would
situation.
imagine D4 is just taking notes the whole time
Probably.
on our
Yeah.
actions and what we're doing.
And A1 keeps coming up with these different concepts of like, well, let's make, there was the dirt castle. Then it's like, why don't you guys try climbing a tree? And then we can't find a can, so we found like a droid motivator that we're kicking down the road.
Right.
It's like, all we're doing is getting it filthy. I do not understand, and it's getting dark.
Well, we tried. That's all that counts, right?
I mean, I'm tired and dirty. Did you have fun?
I mean, I guess. It was nice to not have to like worry about anything for a minute.
Well, all right. I've got an idea. If this works for you, come over here for a minute.
Okay.
And Carl walks you over to the ship. It's like, trust me for a second, okay?
Okay.
And Carell reaches down and like puts her arm around your waist and force jumps the two of you up onto the top of the ship.
Belby will be like, ha! Ha! What happened?
And she once like you're away from the edge, she's like, I like to come up here because it gets away from all the noise. And you said you like looking at the sky, and here the world's a little further away.
She takes a minute to like, because that was like a lot of movement all at once.
Yeah. And once Carol lets you go, she kind of drops and sits cross-legged, and then
Yeah.
just lays back against an outcropping of the hull that looks like it's literally got a Twi'lek worn spot on it, so you can tell she comes up here all the time. And she just like looks up at the there's like the beginnings of a crescent moon setting, and the stars are starting to come out.
Belby takes a minute and she's like stepping very cautiously on the ship. She can see some like, oh, that in her mind, she's like, oh, that's a corroded piece. That should be fixed. Like she's taking mental notes of all the things she's seeing that are broken or need
Oh, and,
attending to.
and like half the armor hull plates don't match.
Right. And
There's
that doesn't matter, but
there's
like
both really good welds, there's really shitty welds.
yeah,
It's like it's been cobbled together on a shoestring budget. But
gotcha.
Corell's just kind of like staring off into literal space at this point.
Belby takes a minute to like look. She notices some pieces and then she finds just a little like I would imagine she sits with her like feet over the edge of it and she kind of puts her hands behind her and she leans back and she swings her feet and she's just like I get why you come up here.
Yeah. The quiet's really nice. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm very fond of A1, but he talks a lot sometimes.
Well, I found R2 units tend to. They're fascinating if you get to know them.
Well, he's a little extra because he's an R3. I know it's weird because of the dome, but he had a dome job.
Oh,
So he actually is an R3 unit.
how did I not? I guess I didn't fix him. I fixed D4.
Exactly. And the dome job obviously gave it, kind of, I mean, he's not the conical head and everything like that of a standard R3. So,
Interesting.
And he does have some mismatched parts
Yeah.
on him too.
yeah. And has been painted numerous times.
So that's probably why she was like, "Oh yeah, he's an R2 unit because he looks like one."
Oh, there's probably
Uh,
some R2 parts on there.
Yeah.
100%.
So like she looks at him and is like, "Well," it's like I guess that explains his eccentric everything.
Oh, yeah, he's been like that ever since I knew him. Ever since he first sabotaged the ship.
He did what?
Yeah. He wanted to go shopping.
But he likes you guys.
Oh, well, so this was a long time. So this was a long time ago in another part of the galaxy. And Corell starts talking, and I think the camera kind of pulls back a little bit as she's kind of describing how the crew all got together. And unfortunately, that is where we're actually going to end tonight, everybody. I know tonight was kind of a short bottle episode, but life impinged and we were short of Tazi this week. So we will hope to be back in 2 weeks to continue the story. You can hear the tale of how the group got together if you go check out the Redemption Podcast Season 1 on iTunes or any other podcatcher you might listen to. Please ignore the really crappy audio. We didn't know what we were doing. And I'd like to point out, I'm going to say this mainly to Chris, but Chris, happy birthday.
Oh, it's your birthday today?
A week from today
Oh,
is 10 years since our first game session. The
wow.
first episode of Redemption was recorded just under 10 years ago today.
Wow. That's
So,
awesome.
July 17th. We're still flying too, which is crazy.
What a legacy I have joined.
Still the longest running Star Wars AP. And I'm waiting
Yeah.
for somebody to prove me wrong.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
think anybody
cool.
can at this point.
I don't think so either. But
We're
keep
still
putting that
valiantly
challenge out
holding
there for
on.
somebody to tell me no. Yep.
Yep.
Uh,
So we did promise something earlier in the show, and we were busy role playing, so it was kind of hard to work it in. Chris, do you want to talk about a catacon and how to get a discount ticket, and then you can also tell us where people can find you on the socials and such.
if you use the code SMUGGLE5, capital S with the number 5 at the end, you can get $5 off any of the badges for the up and coming Catacon, which is November 7th through the 9th in Dayton, Ohio. And that includes $5 off a GM badge, a day badge, a weekend badge, whatever badge you want to get. I will still say it's the best convention around,
Agree.
and I really enjoy it. It's, I mean, Dayton, Ohio's got a nice little site for us. Lots of great food, all within walking distance. You don't have to go far. Hotel is about 5 minutes away, the one we usually use. I hear that they've redone the one across the street, but I didn't look at the pricing.
The
I'm
prices
assuming
up.
it's not going to be.
I am staying there because it's closer. It's
Mhm.
about $100 more a night.
That makes sense for being new.
Yeah, it's new. It's
Oh.
right. It's literally across the street. It's so for me, I was kind of like, yeah, I'll just spend the extra money. So
Yeah, and hopefully next year we can get some sort of discounted rate for a block or something. But yep, they've redone it, so you get to tell us how it looks and what it's like. But
I mean,
it's
I live
Catacon.
there, so
you live in that hotel?
no, I live in Dayton, so
Okay, that part I knew.
and if anyone needs
It is the
restaurant
fir-
recommendations around downtown, I got you covered.
or just walk down the street and see me, and I will end up randomly following you into a restaurant while I'm talking and not realizing I'm following you in. That's only happened at like 3 different Catacons. I started talking to somebody about gaming, and next thing I know, we're sitting down to eat, and I'm like, huh.
How did I get
Did,
here? Yeah.
did I invite myself? Did you invite me? How did this work? But it doesn't matter. That's just kind of part of the atmosphere with the Catacon. It's everybody's so friendly there, and it's just an awesome convention. But otherwise, only place you can really find me on social media is Discord. I don't really do a whole lot of other social media just because I don't have the spoons to really keep up with everything, and I don't want to. Otherwise, you get to see me the same weeks we do this show, but on Wednesday, I do the Tabletop Cafe with Michael and usually Lee Wanika over on Tabletop Journeys. Last night, we just did the recap on the Dragonlance module that I ran. And the nice thing is, Michael's oldest son is going to be running the module. So we kind of
Fun.
took the episode as the idea of him asking questions about how to kind of help John run it.
Michael Ross, not
Michael
our
Ross.
Michael.
The other Michael.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yep.
Too many Michaels.
Other than that, come see me doing some LARP stuff because that's my new kind of
Exciting.
hobby/passion. Yes, I run around and pretend I'm a great warrior and tap people with weapons yelling numbers. It's a lot of fun.
That's okay. That's still fun.
Well, Emma,
Emma, where
it's your
can we
turn.
find you?
Yeah.
So I don't post there, but you can find me on Instagram, em Carnicombe. I post my dogs and my very tall husband and that kind of thing. Otherwise, I'm on Discord. And if you come to a catacon, come play at my table. Come play at all our tables if we're gonna be running things. We'd love to have you. And yeah, that's where you can find me on the Instagram and also on here.
And that's pretty much where you can find me is Discord, not on Instagram, although I have an Instagram and I have a Facebook. I just don't use it that often. I have a Blue Sky and a TikTok. I don't use those that often. Yeah, honestly, I don't have a lot of time for social media anyway. If you are in the Great Lakes area, might see you at roller derby at some point. I'm currently doing a lot of stuff with a lot of the local roller derby teams as a non-skating official, so that's a lot of fun for me. I'll be in Kalamazoo, or I'll be in Jackson later this month. Probably Lansing in August for Skate Wars, and then I know I'm going to be in Kalamazoo or Paw Paw, Kalamazoo area in October before a Catacon, and I will also be at a Catacon. So come see us. Smuggle5 with a capital S is your discount code. I highly recommend it. It is a great time. Before we go, just want to thank John and all the crew at Rick and Rasp for continuing to give us a home. John also does a lot of amazing work behind the scenes for us and does all of our broadcasty techie things. And we really appreciate him and all the time he puts into this with us. So hopefully we will see you all in 2 weeks. Have a good night.